So, are you ready to journey through the Future Zone with me and check out the DVDs? As you can see, the Future Zone, by the way, has changed a lot since I've done my journey through the Future Zone vids, if anybody has went back and seen them. I do have all my figures still, though, so I haven't got rid of any of that, but I did change things around so I could display my movies and DVDs more. So, I'm going to turn the camera around now and focus on the vids, and let's go. As you can see, here's my little setup. I mean, it's really hard to find shelves and stuff for them, so, you know, I have this space here on my entertainment center. Actually, The Fugitive with Harrison Ford playing right there, and that's a VHS too. So, if anybody's wondering if my VHS actually works, yes it does. I can play these tapes. And I'm very careful about, you know, having videos and VHSs and keeping them all neat and clean and playable. So every video and VHS, or DVD and VHS for that matter, that you see here is playable and does not skip or anything. If one does, I'd be... I have a couple that don't read, but if one skips, I'd be kind of upset. So upset and kind of baffled, because I figured I kind of check every DVD that I ever buy to make sure they don't skip and stuff, especially because I get a lot of them secondhand and stuff. But as you can see here, you know, some of this stuff here is my daughter's as well, and just stuff that I've accumulated from places, you know, like that Swamp Tigers. My brother, I think, got that in the mail one time, but it's cool. Interesting look at tigers. I'm kind of a tiger fan. I'm a big Arnold Schwarzenegger fan too, and this is actually Jingle All the Way, the actual Fox VHS that came out back when this movie was launched. I don't know how many people actually know of Jingle All the Way. It's one of those lesser known Arnold movies in my opinion, but it's a good Christmas movie. My daughter loves that movie. We've had this since, you know, the movie came out back when I was younger, and I was able to hold on to that, grab it from my dad's. Also here, you know, I pick up a lot of these tapes secondhand at thrift stores and stuff like that. Like, I think this Reindeer Games I actually got for like 50 cents, so I don't know. I go to the community closets, or the I mean, most people would call them a Salvation Army, and get a lot of, you know, 4 for $1 VHSs and stuff like that too. But the thing about it is, I mean, I just cleaned this VHS and it's been working good, as you can see. Actually, The Fugitive's over right now, but as you can see, I got it playing pretty good. But it has ate a couple of good ones of mine that I don't really care for. I was kind of pissed off when it did that, so I'm thinking about getting me a new VHS. But going on real quick here, I'm going to take forever. I got 8 Men Out, a really good story about the Black Sox scandal if you're into baseball. Cobb, the story of Ty Cobb, featuring Tommy Lee Jones as Ty Cobb. That's a great one right there. I don't want to pull... I'd pull these out, but you know, the way I got these in here, I got this shelf kind of sitting on them and stuff. I can't really pull them out. Field of Dreams, man, that's a good one right there if nobody's ever seen that movie. Kevin Costner, a great one. That's for baseball fans. I have Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and the original Mad Max. I think there's actually another Mad Max 3 or 2. I can't I don't actually know, but I do have these 2 Mad Maxes. I'd like to get them all. I know there's at least one I'm missing, but Road Warriors or something like that, I don't know. I know that the actual Legion of Doom Road Warriors tag team were based on guys off Mad Max. So we go on, and Fargo, a great movie right here. The Coen brothers directed it. Steve Buscemi, the other well-known actors that you would know on there. It's a good one. I mean, if nobody's ever seen Fargo, check that out. I have Glory here. Glory, the kid that played, guy that played Ferris Bueller, is actually the main character in this. For some reason, the name slips my head. Sometimes I'm really bad with names. I'm a big film fan, but some of these guys' names, I probably will think about it here in about 5 minutes and tell you. Forrest Gump, Tom Hanks, everybody knows that one. I got that VHS. Actually, I'm glad I have this E.T. VHS, which we've had since I've been a kid. I've saved it for all these years. I'm glad that I wish I could pull it out and see what year that actually is. But I'm glad I have this and it's not been ate or anything, because I don't have this on DVD and I really want to get it. I have all 3 of the Jurassic Parks here on VHS, the Jurassic Park, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3 there. Some people really don't like Jurassic Park 3 or Lost World, but I do. I really enjoy all of them. I want to see Jurassic World coming out. Meet Joe Black. Very, it's a very good movie. I mean, it's hard to explain what goes on in that movie. You just have to watch it. It's one of them long ones. Had 2 tapes here. It takes to watch it. That was one of the things with long movies on VHS. You had to have they gave you 2 tapes. Fight Club with, how do I not know his name right now? I'll think of it in a second. Fight Club. Outstanding movie. Brad Pitt is who I'm thinking of. Stars in this. I mean, so many movies we're going through here that I can't even think of them sometimes. But Brad Pitt, you know, Fight Club. If you've never seen Fight Club before, I mean, that's a classic right there. And can't give away any of the endings of these movies either, or too much info, because I don't want to spoil them. I'm just telling you, watch them. The Green Mile, great movie. Tom Hanks, prison guard. It's actually a Stephen King novel. I enjoy Stephen King movies, a lot of them. Saving Private Ryan here, another Tom Hanks movie he starred in. Steven Spielberg. I really enjoy Steven Spielberg movies. I'm a Spielberg fan for sure. I'm going to stop and rewind that tape and see. I might throw one in here and show you that it actually works. Scarface. I actually have a lot of these on DVD too, but I'm just going through them all. Scarface, definite instant classic. Al Pacino. Then we have the Terminator collection, Terminators 1 and 2. This is before any of the others came out, so that's the original, you know, 2-tape set there that they came out with after Terminator 2. Great movie, great movie. Love all the Arnold movies. Unforgiven, a really good Western directed actually by Clint Eastwood himself, and I think it fits well with the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly series, so that's why I put it in there. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly original 2 cassette here that I've had since my dad's had since I've been a kid, and I've now taken them for a few dollars more here too. He had Fistful of Dollars, but for some reason that has gotten lost. Going on here, we have the Indiana Jones box set here. As you can see, it's got the Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade. So I've got the 3 Indiana Jones set there, and right next to it, one of my favorites of all time, the special edition Star Wars Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. I'm not a huge fan of the prequels, but as everybody knows, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. You probably might have seen one of these in my video. I don't know if I've put it in there or not, but I was able to pick this up at a thrift store. Actually, this is after they made the changes. I really rather would like to see the original versions, and that's the reason why I did pick up Empire Strikes on DVD, because it does have the original versions. I wish Fox would release the original 3 on DVD. That'd be sweet. So I'm going into the cabinet here. Man, I've got a lot of just stuff in here that, you know, my dad made these tapes recorded off TV when I was a kid, like Raiders of the Lost Ark, Blame It on Rio, Mummy Daddy, Conan the Destroyer there. I mean, as you can see, and he had them all listed and numbered, but now they've gotten so mixed up and stuff. I've been able to save some of these, and he actually did put labels, you know, on some of these movies. But it's a lot of stuff taped off TV, but as you can see here, stacked up, I got, you know, Little Mermaid, Secret Nim, which is a good one. Murph the Surf is a good one if nobody's ever seen that. Troll in Central Park, Scooby-Doo. Those are actually my girlfriends and daughters. And I got the Beatles' Yellow Submarine cassette there that I found actually in a thrift store. There's a couple Sega Genesis games. I actually got rid of my Sega Genesis. And there's Fresedo. Look at that. Dracula, Wolfman, and Mummy. Recorded off TV back in the day by my dad, probably Cinemax or HBO on Polaroid. Some other stuff back there. I don't know. I see Mary Poppins. I don't know. South Park. That's the first. Yeah, I got all 3 of them. But the first 3 tapes they made of the first season are all there. Those are the original tapes when they came out. It's so hard to do with one hand and a camera. So, forgive the bad camera work, but there it is, volume 1. Down here, just go through them. Eraser, a real good one. Total Recall, another Arnold one. Tora Tora Tora. I got American Beauty there. Sling Blade, Few Good Men. Dick Tracy, one of my all-time favorites. Kingpin, really good. I work at a bowling alley, so That's a funny movie to me. Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood. That's hilarious. Ace Ventura. A good documentary on Larry Bird down there. Godzilla, Coogan's Bluff. Quiz Show. Interesting movie. Tom Cruise with Interview with the Vampire. We got Mr. Deeds, another Adam Sandler, a Muhammad Ali documentary, Air Force One, Zulu, Half Baked, one of my favorites. Beyond the Mat, an interesting wrestling documentary. If nobody's ever seen that, it's a wrestling fan. We have The Fugitive, Harrison Ford. That's the one that I had in actually right now. I couldn't tell you where I picked that one up at. Mission to Mars, Colors, Top Gun with a torn up case, Bulletproof. I have a UFC brawl in Buffalo back in '95. As again, I can't really pull these out. Thin Red Line, Predator, Running Man, The Craft down there. Interesting movie. I think everybody knows. There's Kill Bill Volume 2 that I actually had on VHS because I didn't have it on DVD, and now I do. Gladiator. The original Batman and Robin serials, I mean before the '66 series, I can't remember actually what year. I've had that since I've been a kid. Snake Eyes, A River Runs Through It. Serial Mom, an insane movie if nobody's ever seen it, but hilarious. Beautiful Mind, Dances with Wolves, Dr. Strangelove, Young Guns, all great movies, especially Dr. Strangelove. I love that movie. Cocktail, great one. Born on the 4th of July, I got The Rock there. I actually picked this Dragonheart, a New Beginning up, thinking it was actual Dragonheart in a thrift store, and I didn't get the actual one. I love the original. You have Who Framed Roger Rabbit, a really good one. U-571, the Michael Douglas Falling Down, which I actually have on DVD too because it's great. Dante's Peak, Patton. A lot of these that I really love, if I found the DVD, I got them. Ocean's 11, For the Love of the Game. Crimson Tide, Jesse James documentary feature there. McKenna's Gold, a really good western. C-Dub, if you haven't seen McKenna's Gold, you'd probably enjoy that. Patriot Games, Little Big Man there, a really good one. C-Dub, if you haven't seen Little Big Man, I'm sure you have, being a big film buff like me. Liar Liar, Blade, the original. So there is my VHSs down there. And now I'm going to move on up here. As you can see here, I just got a bunch of different, not really going to name them all off, but Xbox 360. Then I have the PlayStation 2, and just to prove to C-Dub, I got, there you go, TNA. And then I got all those SmackDowns, I don't know, I think from 02 to 2011 there. And then I have 13 and 14 there. I haven't got 12 and 15 or Just Bring It. Splatterhouse. Just some other Xbox games. Me and my girlfriend's mixed up there. There's the Kinect. There's one on Xbox 360 there. We have the Magnificent 7 up here. It's got every single version. This is pretty cool. It's got every single version of the Magnificent 7 on here. If I could pull it out, I would, but I got all this stuff so shoved in here. I hate to mess it up, and I'm getting ready to go to work here, so. American Classic Western Collection, Lee Van Cleef Collection, who played, Angel Eyes, and, Colonel Mortimer, and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I love Lee Van Cleef. We have Shane here, Classic Western. Gettysburg, Gods and Generals. I'm a fan of Gettysburg. Gods and Generals was so-so. Shenandoah, an old school, great movie starring Jimmy Stewart. That actually my dad got me because he loved this movie, and now I do too. Red Badge of Courage. I actually pulled this off. It's a bootleg from, I think it's a bootleg from Japan here. This is the one I got off eBay. Red Badge of Courage. Love that movie. Wake Island, To Hell and Back, and a Battle Hymn, and Grey Lady Down. It's one of them. I got it for To Hell and Back, the story of Audie Murphy. Then here we have The Longest Day. John Wayne feature. I'm going in my John Waynes now. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, classic. All these are recommended to C-Dub if you're watching this. We have The Horse Soldiers, How the West Was Won, Rio Bravo, The Cowboys, The Searchers. The Cowboys, The Searchers, those are both just excellent. How the West Was Won, great. Horse Soldiers, really, really good. Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, really good. Longest Day, good war movie if you ain't seen it. Rio Bravo's decent. It's more comical. Then we have some old school wrestling tapes that I have here. I have this Glory Days of the Wrestling, the way it was back in 50s and 60s. Greatest wrestlers of all time. Yeah, I've had that since I've been a kid. My dad's a fan of the old school guys, you know, Pat O'Connor, Lou Thez, there's a bunch of them on there. These I've had since I've been young too. Best of WrestleMania. Then we have Confirmed Hits, World Tour 96, when Ahmed Johnson won the Kuwaiti Cup. Royal Rumble there, the one that I'm thinking this is the one that Rey Mysterio won, but I'm not sure. The Great American Bash we have here. No Way Out. I can't remember. I think these were all 05, but I may be wrong. I almost want to pull one out. There's Eddie on there, so they may have been 04. I'm thinking 04. Bloodbath, Steel Cage matches. I've had this Rock, Stone Cold Said So, because Stone Cold Said So, Austin 316 Uncensored, Hell Yeah, and the Stone Cold Truth. I've had those since forever now. And this Rock one since I've been a kid. Know Your Role, which is pretty good. So there's some of my wrestling VHSs there. I have a lot of DVDs too when I get to the DVD side. Going on here to my other tapes, I have the actual original collection of box set of Ken Burns' baseball series before he made the, I think that they called it the 10th inning that he made on the more current steroid scandals and stuff like that, which was not in the original set, but this is the original VHS set that I've had, well, my dad bought whenever I was a kid, and I've held on to that for preservation. Great documentary if you've never seen it. I have Seinfeld seasons 1, 2, and 3 here, or volumes 1, 2, and 3. So you got seasons 1 and 2, 3, and 4. So 1 through 4. I'd like to get them all, but they're hard to find. I know there's one up at the thrift stop, or the thrift shop uptown. Then we have Kung Fu, one of my favorite of all time. Actually inspired me to do the dragon and tiger tattoo that I have. It's got the complete first, second, and third season. David Carradine. If you have not seen this, it's a great show. I mean, just the things that are said on there and the meaning behind them that you can incorporate into your actual life. Kung Fu is a great one. Watch it. You have the Munsters over here. It's the complete series, seasons 1 and seasons 2. Glad I got a hold of that. I actually have the Twilight Zone complete set here. It's a boxed DVD set. Really cool. It has Twilight Zone on the front here. I was glad to get this. I threw like a trade. I got it at the thrift shop. But it has every season in order of the Twilight Zone on DVD. A lot of extras, commentaries, really cool. Actually, this is one that I had one DVD out of this whole box set that did not read on anything on season 4, I believe, on the hour-long season that I hated. So actually be careful that some of these may be faulty. One is on mine. So out of the whole set, though, I was happy that only one of them. There were about 4 or 5 DVDs in each box. Over here I have the Godfather trilogy, but I have the first one here on DVD. One of the greatest movies of all time. Francis Ford Coppola directed this one, and the second and third. I have the second here on VHS and the third on VHS. Picked them up at thrift stores. I'd like to get the DVDs, but actually the Godfather 1 is my favorite. 2's really good too. I'd get 2 on DVD. I would pass on 3. I mean, that's just not really that good in my opinion. But you have. I'm the type of guy though. I want the whole thing if I get it, the whole set. So there you go. Yeah, I like that Twilight Zone stuff. But that's it for my entertainment center side. And now we can go back down to the floor here and check out my DVD collection. Alright, now we're on down to the first of my DVD collection, which is this little shelf here. I got, you know, some figures sitting up here and everything. A lot of the children's movies and my daughter's older movies I've actually put in there. Christmas with the Cranks, Elf, a lot of Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which is a classic if anybody hasn't seen that. Get a little bit closer here. I have to get on the ground for this one, so excuse the little French tilt there. Raging Bull. Easy Riders Raging Bull, great documentary. Linsanity, A lot of these, you know, I picked up for like $1 at Dollar General or something like that when they were on sale. I know that Linsanity I did, or thrift stores. Religulous, a great documentary if you're into Bill Maher. Capitalism, a love story, a good one right there. Chappelle Show, Season 1. I liked all the Chappelle shows. We have Breaking Bad, the first season. Also a compilation of Rin Tin Tin episodes, Adam 12 and Dragnet, 1968 Volume 1 there. Star Trek episodes are on this one. This is a Ray Bradbury Theater DVD of episodes. Moving over to a collection of the best of Johnny Carson. Then we have a DVD. Let me move up how I'm sitting here so I don't tilt the camera as much. Then we have a DVD of Alfred Hitchcock movies here. It would have helped to have somebody else recording this, but then we have Hitler's Britain and how Hitler lost the war. I think I picked these two up at Dollar General for like $1. I put a lot of my you know, ones that I picked up for $1 or somebody gave me that I'm not too interested in down here on this pile, and I kind of just shift them from up here to down here when I get new ones. But then I got all these here, and I got that stack there that I do the same thing with, so I don't know, it doesn't make sense. I try to keep in that stack, I guess, ones that I like even more. As you go on Indian Wars and this 50 historical documentaries on Vietnam. My dad is a Vietnam vet, so I'll be saying that a couple times here. Walk the Line and Scent of a Woman. Some of these I picked up just the DVD, like at Dollar General. A lot of times they'll sell just the DVD, and or I actually came across just the DVD at a thrift store and not the case, but I put them in my own cases and they all work. But there's Scent of a Woman and Walk the Line. They're the actual DVDs, just not the cases. Slumdog Millionaire, Captain Phillips, that's a good one. Captain Phillips, War Inc. Actually, Slumdog Millionaire, that's a highly regarded movie. That was like $1 at Dollar General one time. Panic Room, 12 Monkeys, Inception. We have Albino Alligator, Kill Shot, Frost Nixon. I know I picked that Frost Nixon up at Family Video. Graceland. A lot of times Family Video will have some, I don't know if you still have Family Videos in your area, but if you do, a lot of times they'll sell DVDs for cheap. They're like 99 cents and stuff they're wanting to get rid of. Graceland, 3,000 Miles to Graceland, a really good one. Kevin Costner's in there. Some other guys I just can't think off the top of my head. It's a great one. 3,000 Miles to Graceland. Three Kings, really good. Mark Wahlberg in there. That's a good early one with Mark Wahlberg. Ice Cube actually in this movie too. If I could pull some of these out of there, I would show you. 2001: A Space Odyssey, a Stanley Kubrick classic right there. I actually got that off eBay, so it's not the greatest version. It's a good version, but the case is terrible, and I really don't want to crank these out here because, like I said, I am gonna leave. I don't really tear all this stuff up and put it back anyway. 127 hours. I shouldn't jam them so full, but that's what you get when you don't have enough room. I need to make my own shelves. All Is Lost, 127 hours, like I just mentioned. Those are both really good survival movies. You know, it's hard for me to think of names right off the top of my head. Doing this video, I got so many names going through my head. Robert Redford stars in All Is Lost. And then we have The Time Machine, and then Time Traveler's Wife. I kind of try to keep these in somewhat kind of an order. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and The Golden Compass there. Both pretty good movies. G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra here. I don't have the second one. There's Lemony Snicket's Series of Unfortunate Events. I only have the disc for, but it's in there. Beowulf, 10,000 BC. I mean, I don't love all these movies, but they're movies that I've just accumulated for either cheap or off other people that were just interesting to me at the time. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, a version of that. The Illusionist, I got just the disc, but that's a great movie right there. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, really good. Taking Woodstock and Life of Pi, all three Ang Lee movies right there. I actually have the Ang Lee version of Hulk too. Then my Ray Harryhausen films. You know, the Dynamation, Claymation, some people might call it. Three Worlds of Gulliver, Mysterious Island and Clash of the Titans, all three Harryhausen classics right there. I love to get more of his films, but they're hard to come by. Quantum Solace and Casino Royale, the new 007s that they made. Really good movies. Blood Diamond there, Leonardo DiCaprio. We have Donnie Brasco, actually Johnny Depp, and I think it's De Niro, or yeah, it's Pacino, I think, in there with him. Let me pull this out just so, yeah, Al Pacino in there with him. Sometimes I confuse De Niro and Pacino sometimes, but that's a funny one actually if you've never seen it. Serpico, Al Pacino. Now that's why I put them together, because they're both Al Pacino. Savages and Mysteria. I've never watched these two movies. They're movies my dad got me on the cheap, and I just haven't seen them. He thought I might be interested in. Turn It Up. This movie I've kept since I was for a long time now. My brother got it for Christmas for me one time. Jaw Rule and somebody in it. There's Ghostbusters 1 and 2 that I have in a Ghostbusters 2 case, but both of them are in there. I've made it into my own case, but I do have both of the Ghostbusters there. One of my favorites. Exorcism of Emily Rose. Had that for a while. Hostel. Those are both crazy films if you haven't seen them. Ooh, the original Critters. And then the Tremors Attack Pack. Oh yeah. Have to have Tremors Attack Pack. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this has 4 movies on it, so they made 4 Tremors movies. Can you believe that? See, when I pull them out here, then I have to like readjust, so you'll see why I'm not trying to pull them out too much. But Tremors. Then I have the Lost Boys, a really good classic right there. Some of the names of these people who star in this movie, I know them, but I just can't spit them out right off the top of my head. Halloween 2, the Rob Zombie version there. That's real good. Kiefer Sutherland actually stars in Lost Boys as the vampire. That's a really cool one. Who else was I thinking of? Daniel Craig is the guy that stars in the 007, plays James Bond. He does a great job. Yeah, that's the other one I was thinking of. So, I don't know, it just slips in my mind sometimes when I'm going to talk about them. Moving up here, we have a bunch of WWE. Shawn Michaels story. Best There Is, Best There Was, and Best There Ever Will Be. The Bret Hart DVD. Tombstone, Undertaker. The History of the Undertaker, they called it. Life and Times Mr. Perfect. These are for C-Dub right here, by the way. These are all great DVDs too, because I don't even get a wrestling DVD unless it's great. The Best of the King of the Ring, really good one, has some sweet matches on it. Monday Night War, this was before they made the Monday Night documentary, and this was always one of my favorite to pop in. The First Ladder Match DVD, really good, has all your classic ladder matches on it. Born to Controversy, Roddy Piper story. I have Shawn versus Bret here, Greatest Rivalries, that's a good one. Superstar Billy Graham story, really good. 20 Years Too Soon, that's definitely what he was. Starrcade, the Essential Collection here. Spectacular Legacy of the AWA. Road Warriors, who I were just talking about. I have WrestleMania 22 from Chicago there, just because it was in Chicago and I loved that Mania. I don't know why. That was when Triple H first came out with the skull entrance of the character. I can't remember the name of the character, but that entrance was epic. Okay, moving on, we have the greatest managers, wrestling managers, greatest stars of the 90s, the greatest wrestling stars of the 80s. Then I have the history of the Intercontinental Championship and the history of the World Heavyweight Championship. Top 50 superstars of all time, got that on discount. Viva La Raza, got that also on a discount price. The Rey Mysterio 619 actually came packaged with another one. The Twisted and Disturbed Life of Kane. Brock Lesnar, Here Comes the Pain. Pulled that out like a $5 bin once. Jake the Snake, Pick Your Poison. This History of WrestleMania one I found at the thrift store. Really not the greatest. Triple H, King of Kings, pretty cool. Ultimate Warrior, the self-destruction of Ultimate Warrior, which is no longer made because he pretty much sued him about it. Greatest Superstars of WrestleMania. Saturday night's Main Event. McMahon, the DVD of Vince McMahon. You have Dusty Rhodes Story. Hulk Hogan Ultimate Anthology. One of my favorites here, the Stone Cold, the bottom line on the most popular superstar of all time. Ric Flair, the Definitive Collection, and the Ultimate Ric Flair Collection. Here's a double set of Ultimate Insiders. It's Vince Russo and Ed Ferrara, interviewed by Wade Keller of the Pro Wrestling Torch. Volume 1 and then Volume 2 and 3 actually are from their WCW days. Yeah, inside WCW. Next after that, I have a classic there, American Werewolf from London. Then I have this Wolfman that I picked up for like $1, unrated director's cut. It's a pretty good movie if you haven't ever seen it. I mean, and you like Wolfman movies or whatever, werewolf movies. Red Riding Hood, we're getting into some of my girlfriends now too. She likes that movie, but it's pretty good. Superbad, gotta love it. This Is the End, gotta love that. Million Ways to Die in the West, and Ted, who actually, you know, stars the guys that created Seth MacFarlane, Family Guy. Blue Harvest here. Something Something Dark Side and It's a Trap, the Family Guy Star Wars parody. And there's some family fantasy adventures all on one disc. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Elvira horror classics there. You got House on Haunted Hill and Night of the Living Dead right there. I think they're public domain movies, which why they're on there on the same disc. You can find those on a bunch of, I've seen a bunch of them at the shop that have Night of the Living Dead and House on Haunted Hill on it, but just different stuff. This is Elvira. I think my girlfriend likes that. Zombieland, a great zombie movie if you haven't seen it. Warm Bodies, good movie. Getting into the Tim Burton line here now. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, Dark Shadows, Sweeney Todd, The Demon Barber of Fleet Street, love that one. 9, Corpse Bride, Ed Wood, a great one here. Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, and Coraline, which I don't think actually is a Tim Burton directed movie, but it's made from the director of The Night Before Christmas, so, or Nightmare Before Christmas. My girlfriend's into that Tim Burton stuff, so try to pick up stuff like that when we can. But that's our little section up there. Down here, just a bunch of just random stuff. You got Saturday Night Fever, One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, a classic, Deliverance, Falling Down, Moneyball starring Brad Pitt, Mel Gibson and Braveheart. I have Gladiator here. The 98 Godzilla DVD. Gotta get a look at that. The classic. One of the worst ever, actually. A lot of Godzilla fans just despise that movie. But I have it. Then I have the newer Godzilla here that came out in 2014. It's a pretty good watch, a lot better than the 98 Godzilla. Then I have, you know, Peter Jackson's King Kong, which, you know, I really like that movie actually. It wasn't bad at all. Now I got Godzilla out of it, but it'll be easy to pull stuff out. As we go over, my Mel Brooks films, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, and Spaceballs, all very enjoyable films. Actually, I'm going to have to start going from the left to right here in a second because I kind of messed up on the way I did this. Revenge of the Sith and Empire Strikes Back are the only two I have on DVD of the Star Wars. But what's cool about this Empire Strikes Back is I like the, you know, unedited versions. And actually, as you can see there, disc 2 has the original theatrical 1980 version, which is really cool to have. So I wish I could get a hold of the other ones. I'm pretty sure they would have had the theatrical versions too. Other George Lucas films, American Graffiti, really good movie. Willow, gotta love Willow if you've never seen it. Willow off good. Super 8, The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. You got your M. Night Shyamalan movies there. Super 8 kind of incorporated. It's J.J. Abrams. and Steven Spielberg. Abrams going to direct the new Star Wars, so I don't know, I got it there for the heck of it. Here we go. I Am Legend, Hancock, Super Mario Brothers, one of the worst video game movies ever, but I love it. Mortal Kombat, double feature, got both of them on that one. Max Payne, unrated, cool movie. The Warriors, great one right there. Getting into my comic book movies now. Sin City, the first one. Flash Gordon, Savior of the Universe edition. Actually, that came with the TED DVD. Dread, the 2014 Ninja Turtle movie. They're going to actually make the second one coming out here, featuring Bebop and Rocksteady. But yeah, the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, that's a pretty good watch if you haven't seen it. I try to pick up some of the newer movies like that I really want to see. The Spirit, I just like owning the physical copies. I mean, I do have Netflix and stuff too, which is playing right now. I think Collateral Damage playing on Netflix, an Arnold movie, but I like having the physical copies of them for some reason. Darkman, Spawn, yeah, I was lucky to find that at the thrift store. That's a cool one right there. Spawn, if you've never seen it and you're a comic book fan, it's pretty neat. Road to Perdition, which is actually a DC graphic novel movie, along with V for Vendetta. And then you got Jonah Hex, which I recently watched this for the first time. And yeah, I've had some of these DVDs that I just watched for the first time, but that's really good. So I recommend Jonah Hex. Watchmen. Then you got, you know, Dark Knight and the Batman Begins there. I'm just going to go from this way. Then I have, you know, the Tim Burton directed Batman and Batman Returns. And then the Batman, not so great, Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. I mean, I think these are notorious right now. Yes, I do have the DVDs. Man, who's the it's a Tim Burton production, but Joel Schumacher. Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of. He sucked so bad I almost forgot his name. But Joel Schumacher made those monstrosities. Green Lantern. Not the greatest movie of all time, but heck, I got it for a cheap price. Man of Steel. People give this movie crap, but I think it's pretty decent. It does go off the line of Superman a bit, so that is a problem. Then we have Superman Returns, and then you have the original. I got the original Superman here in the case, and Superman 2. The Amazing Spider-Man, and then I have all three of the original Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans. You got Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3, the Sam Raimi directed series, Ghost Rider, not the greatest, Daredevil and Elektra. I got Elektra just because it was cheap and it went with Daredevil. I actually like the original Daredevil movie they made here. Not the original, but the Daredevil movie they made. Then we have Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. Then I have from left to right X-Men Origins, X-Men First Class, X-Men X2, X-Men Last Stand. This is actually a box set here. And then X-Men Days of Future Past. I have Guardians of the Galaxy, really good one. That's a newer one that I have picked up here. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, check it out. Probably one of the better Marvel movies made, in my opinion. Then you have Marvel's Avengers, the first one. The Incredible Hulk, the original TV series. I think it's got the pilot episode and Marriage of the... Let me check this out real quick. Yeah, it's got the Hulk pilot episode, and then the Incredible Hulk gets married. So those are both on the original Lou Ferrigno TV series. Then, you know, you got the Ang Lee directed Hulk. I have Iron Man and Iron Man 2, and then Blade. This has all four Blades on it on this one DVD, so I picked that up, kind of like a bargain buy. It's got them all on there, but they're all the original movies. Going up are ones I just have stacked. Cocoon, Cliffhanger there with Vertical Limit, a Van Damme DVD with Bloodsport and Time Cop. I have Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, and Apocalypse Now, all three of the My dad says these two here, Platoon and Apocalypse Now, who he served in Vietnam actually, was drafted right out of high school. He says these are actually the two closest movies to Vietnam, that when he watches them he feels like, you know, that's really like how it was. So check those out for real. This Platoon, I really like it. It's got, you know, I like watching the director's cuts, the commentaries on all these. Not the director's cut, but the director's commentaries. And I always love when they have them on there. I think Oliver Stone has a commentary on there. Tora Tora Tora, Pearl Harbor, Monuments Men, Valkyrie, which is a true story. Monuments Men's good too. 12 O'Clock High, Gregory Peck, old school movie. Where the Wild Things Are, which is actually a pretty decent movie if you give it a chance. Radio Flyer, I remember watching this as a kid all the time. Into some of the comedy. Hot Tub Time Machine, Dazed and Confused, Friday the Deluxe Edition, gotta love it. Giant, which was actually the last movie James Dean was in. My Cousin Vinny. Stealing Sinatra, which is one I picked up. It was a Showtime made-for-TV movie, but it's pretty funny. Snatch, and Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, and Rock and Rolla. And yeah, these are all your Guy Ritchie films that you have here. Snatch, Rock and Rolla, and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. Escape from LA, another WWE unauthorized DVD. This Grandmasters of Wrestling, one of the worst wrestling DVDs you can get. Brian's Song, pretty good movie if you like football, check it out. Capote, Truman Capote, rest in peace Philip Seymour Hoffman. You have The Cheap Detective, a collection of John Belushi skits from Saturday Night Live. The original Bad News Bears, Hangover, Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, the remake. I wish I had the original. Alfred Hitchcock's Lifeboat, picked that up. The Day the Earth Stood Still, actually the original and the 1951 version in here as well. So, as you can see here, it's got the original 1951 release too, which is the better of the two movies. I got it just because I hadn't seen the first one anyway, and I wanted the other. Werewolf Rising, Rum Diary, 12 Years a Slave, really good movie. Check that out if you really want to know what it was like to be back in the slave days. Defending Your Life, great movie right there if nobody's ever seen that. Now we can move down. I have French Connection, great movie. MASH, The Doors, Oliver Stone directed, not the greatest portrayal of Jim Morrison. MASH, a really good one too. Get Shorty, The Bank Job, American Hustle, Boogie Nights, and Wonderland, the two porn star movies there I got. There's my Scarface DVD and some other Al Pacino movies. Carlito's Way, Heat, Lonesome Dove here, great western, made-for-TV western. C-Dub, these are definitely ones worth checking out if you haven't seen them. Long Riders, great movie, great western. Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Jeremiah Johnson, The Natural, all three Robert Redford movies right there. Then Sergio Leone movies. I have Once Upon a Time in America, Once Upon a Time in the West, and then this has all three, kind of a bargain right here, as they have A Few Dollars More, Fistful of Dollars, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This is another Clint Eastwood collection movie that I have. It has High Plains Drifter, Joe Kidd, and Two Mules for Sister Sarah. Outlaw Josie Wells, Magnum Force, the Dirty Harry movies. This other Clint Eastwood collection, which has some classics on it. It has Play Misty for Me, Eiger Sanction, Coogan's Bluff, and The Beguiled. Escape from Alcatraz. This is all my Clint Eastwood movies. I'm a good, big Clint Eastwood fan. Gran Torino, Kelly's Heroes, funny one right there. Here's some of my Steve McQueen stuff. Sand Pebbles, Bullet, The Great Escape. Then we go on to Dusk Till Dawn, getting into my Quentin Tarantino movies. He actually starred in this. Quentin Tarantino had a hand in this. True Romance, he wrote this movie. Great movie, directed by Tony Scott. Reservoir Dogs, that's the one that put Quentin on the map. Pulp Fiction, and put Quentin really on the map. The two Kill Bills, 1 and 2. Death Proof, Inglourious Bastards, Django Unchained. I don't have Jackie Brown. That's the one I'm trying to get a hold of to complete the Quentin Tarantino movies there. I don't have Four Rooms either, which he directed a sequence from, but I don't know. I'm a big Quentin fan. There's Duel, the Steven Spielberg's made-for-TV movie that made him who he is today. Before Jaws or anything, there was Duel. So, I mean, that's a really good one. It's about a semi that chases a guy down. Just have to check it out. Jaws, of course. Close Encounters of the Third Kind, getting into the Steven Spielberg stuff. Have The Color Purple. There's Jurassic Park. AI, Artificial Intelligence, which he's finished Stanley Kubrick's script, I think was the story, and it just, I don't know. It's not the greatest, but I have it. Catch Me If You Can. War of the Worlds, the remake. I wish I had the original DVD. Munich, a really good one, I thought. There's the Indiana Jones Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, in case anybody thought I didn't have the whole collection. Here's a good one, War Horse. And that's kind of ironic that today American Pharaoh won the Triple Crown. Well, yesterday, now that it's past midnight. Then we have Lincoln. There Will Be Blood and Gangs of New York. All three Daniel Day-Lewis performances. I love Daniel Day-Lewis, and that's why I put this There Will Be Blood, which is a Paul Thomas Anderson film, in between here, as we're getting into the Scorsese films. Gangs of New York, Aviator, The Departed, Shutter Island, Wolf of Wall Street, great one. Goodfellas. Last Temptation of Christ, a Criterion Collection one I got off the eBay. You'll be hard-pressed to find Last Temptation of Christ in the stores, I tell you that. I've never seen it. But a great Martin Scorsese movie if you have never seen it. Maybe offensive to some people, but really wasn't offensive to me. The Man Who Wasn't There, Big Lebowski, No Country for Old Men, and Fargo. All four really badass Joel and Ethan Coen films, the Coen brothers. Man Who Wasn't There, I'd say the less of the four. No Country for Old Men, just excellent. Fargo, excellent. Big Lebowski, everybody knows that. Moving down, I guess I'll just start on this end. Getting down to the end of my collection. So we got the three of the vacation films here. The first, The Christmas Vacation in Vegas, Caddyshack, Funny Farm, all my Chevy Chase films right there. My daughters really like Chevy Chase too. I have Labyrinth, Jim Henson's Labyrinth. This is more of like the children's and, you know, adventure. Never-Ending Story. Popeye, the original live-action Popeye, starring the late Robin Williams. If you haven't seen it, it's worth a watch just to laugh at. The Goonies. Here's one that I love, The Monster Squad. You haven't watched The Monster Squad yet, you better be checking it out. Then I have The Gremlins, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Love that one. Poltergeist, the original. They're making the remake of that. Stand By Me, It. And this here is actually three other Stephen King movies on this little bargain buy DVD. Graveyard Shift, Silver Bullet, and Pet Sematary. Gotta love that. All three of those. I'm actually going to go down to this side real quick because it starts. I have The Silence of the Lambs and Hannibal there. And then I have all the Nightmare on Elm Street. So I have 1 there, 2, 3, 4. And then this one has 5 through 8 on it. A bargain buy. As you can see there. 5 through 8. Jason, Freddy vs. Jason. Freddy's dead. It's got even, yeah, Freddy vs. Jason on there. Let me see. Yep. And then, you know, the remake. The Nightmare on Elm Street remake. Starring Jack Earl Haley. All I gotta say is that without Robert Englund, this movie is just not that good. But if you're a Nightmare on Elm Street fan, check it out because it's just different. But I don't expect them to make another one with him. The first Friday the 13th I have, and that's it on the Friday the 13th collection. But this is the Killer, the uncut deluxe edition. Pretty cool. I'm trying to find the other Friday the 13th on DVD, but they're really hard to find in my opinion. I gotta pay for them. The original Hellraiser, gotta love the Cenobites. Pinhead, the Hellraiser. This is also another Hellraiser I like. It's Bloodline. That's one of the best ones. I want to get all the Hellraisers too, but that's going to take time. I have the original Halloween here. It's the 21st anniversary. Halloween 2 here. I think it's funny. It almost looks like Scarface, that one. Here is Halloween H2O, Halloween Resurrection, and Halloween 4, Curse of Michael Myers. So, I don't have the third Halloween. I think I may be missing one more, but I got most of them. Interview with the Vampire. Dracula, Bram Stoker's really good movie there. Here is the original Universal Pictures classic monster collection, Dracula, starring Bela Lugosi from Ed Wood fame. And then there's the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I want to get the Frankenstein, Mummy, and the Wolfman DVDs too. I plan on doing it this October, finding them. And then we're back to where I was with the Stephen King movies. I might watch this tonight. Graveyard Shift, Silver Bullet, Pet Sematary. It's got the director's cut I've never seen on Pet Sematary. Excuse me. Going on here, this will be the last of my collection, and I hope everybody's enjoyed it, but it's been a messed up kind of vid, but I've pretty much gotten everything in there. I didn't really take time to watch. I didn't really want to spoil any movies, but if I say something's good in here, trust me, check it out. I mean, I like almost every one of my DVDs, but especially the ones I point out. Rocky, really good. The first Rocky's all I have. Not really interested in the other Rockies. I would like to. I almost bought a box set for $25 up at the store, but I almost thought it was too expensive. But really, the first Rocky was a good movie, and then the rest were just so-so. Stallone, the second wasn't bad at all. Then we have the 3 Rambos, which have the weirdest, you know, naming, and I don't know. First Blood, then you got Rambo, First Blood Part 2, and then Rambo 3, and then the 4th one is just Rambo. So it's just so confusing. But this one, he's just so old in it. It's just like, this is the newer one. I got it to go with the collection. I like Sly Stallone. As you've seen, I had Cliffhanger, and I got his Rocky. But you know what? That new Rambo just wasn't that great. Then we're going into my Arnold Schwarzenegger collection. Look at that. I got the original Pumping Iron. It's a horrible DVD's in horrible shape, but it is the I think it's the 20th anniversary edition. The 25th anniversary edition of it. It's really good. You know, that's the movie that put him on the map. It's like a documentary of when he was a weightlifter, bodybuilder. Conan, both Conan the Barbarian and the Destroyer. It's called The Complete Quest. Then we have, you know, The Running Man, True Lies, both great. Predator. I like all the Arnold movies. I'm just naming them off now. This one is actually Aliens and Predator 2 together, which kind of formed into this, because then I have Predators, which Arnold even said was horrible himself. And then it goes into this one that has Alien, Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and Life Force, all 3 good sci-fi movies. And then I go right into Alien vs. Predator, the unrated edition, and then Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Then we go on to Terminator. A lot of people didn't like these AVP movies, but I think they're pretty cool. Terminator, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines, and Terminator Salvation. So I got all the Terminators there. But you have to say that Terminator 1, 2, and 3 are the ones that I like the best. Actually, Terminator Genesis is out right now. I hope it's a lot better than Terminator Salvation, which isn't bad, but it's just not, just doesn't fit. I don't know. It fits, but it does. I don't know if you ever watch it. Just give it a watch. RoboCop, the original from 1987. Then I have, I didn't have the case for that one. I just got the actual movie, so I had to make a case like I do. RoboCop 2, RoboCop 3, all great. The third one got kind of ridiculous, but yeah, I like them all still. I'm kind of I kind of like the cheesy, over-the-top movies sometimes. I mean, those 80s ones especially, you know. So it's just what you like. 300 Spartans, which is the actual original movie that spawned 300, and then I have 300 Rise of an Empire there. I have the original Planet of the Apes, you know, Charlton Heston. So that's the original right there. And then I have the Planet of the Apes Tim Burton remake. So I have Tim Burton movies scattered, but we have a lot. And then Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which I actually want Dawn of the Planet of the Apes too, but I haven't got a hold of it yet. Then I have Unexpected Journey and The Desolation of Smaug, Hobbit. I need the third one that just came out to complete the 3 of those, but I have the 3 Lord of the Rings movies there, The Fellowship of the Ring, The Two Towers, and what was that last one? The Return of the King. So I got the 3 Lord of the Rings and the 2 Hobbits here. I'm hoping to get the 3rd Hobbit there. Well, that does it for my overlook of my DVD and VHS collection so far. I hope to get more soon, so when I do, I hope to make updates on my additions to the collection. Any questions or comments, leave below. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you like what you see, or hit the like button if you like what you see. I have a lot more videos on here of past stuff like figures and whatnot, so go back and check that stuff out as well. I'm going to thank everybody for tuning in and watching as always. I'm the Future, and peace out.